Everybody say, say, how can I express my gratitude for all the many things you've done for me? Words are not enough, to say thank you. So Lord, you are my everything. You're my everything. How can I express my gratitude? How can I express my gratitude for all the many things, Father, you done for me, yeah. Words are not enough to say thank you. So Lord, you are, you're my everything. Say, I call you Jireh. Lord, my provider. I call you Eunice. You are my battle. I call you Rapha. Hey. You are my healer. Say, Lord, you are. You're my everything. I call you Jireh. Lord, my provider. I call you Eunice. You are my battle. I call you Rapha. You are my healer. Say, Lord, you are. You're my everything. Uya matinyana. Uya matinyana. Uya matinyana. Oh, uya matinyana. Yeah, so uya. Uya matinyana. Uya matinyana. Yeah. Uya matinyana. Uya matinyana. Say, I call you Jireh, say. I call you Jireh. Lord, my provider. I call you Eunice. You are my battle. I call you Rapha. Hey. You are my healer. Say, Lord, you are my everything. Yeah. Are you ready, everybody? All right, listen. William me ground, come here. 1, 2, 3. I can breathe without you, say. I can breathe without you. I can move without you, Lord. I can move without you. Hey, who am I without you? Who am I without you? Say, I can live without you, yeah. I can live without you. I can breathe without you, Lord. I can breathe without you. I can move without you, yeah. I can move without you. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Hey, we are mounting now. We are mounting now. We are mounting now. So we are. We are mounting now. We are mounting now. So we are mounting now. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on your location. And then so mama obi bia kwaba eba yedwumedie so adom ne ahweye megidi se baby biara wo ho ye. And then so na watwe na twa ne ho asan aba na yede yendwumedie a yede ba every Friday BWF Solicitors legal hours so no. And then so yede aba na megidi se baby biara wo bia no ubefre ahwefo ubeto nkra afrefre obi biara na ombehwe bi na ombenhu niema eko ewo mremu eba ne BWF Solicitors ayi nyina ye nimdwuma omudi wo krumu ha ene say when it comes to legal matters omudemu number 1 bebia no size omoye ade ankasa na wo how ne sen wa mane ne sen ewo mremu na ko BWF Solicitors, omo senior partner Uncle Ben. Edi ano, ombeboa wo na bebia na bibibiara ha wo mremu no. Ometumi edi akotene ewo mu edi ama wo. Mediane manye tea, ufremi manye na ate nso a meje wo so. Ene eye menije sem se yetumi se ne yedi sa topic ya adane nkrofo kwadanda edom so no ene ye ba bedi ho adwuma na mom menya enhyase emba ho ne me sre a meka ne se ya hyase se no ye ninchia na mom mefre anase mesre na fre because this very particular topic I raise no ebeboa enkrofo bebre ebeboa nkrofo ankasa ankasa mo areshi mo ogidie ebeboa nkrofo ankasa ankasa ma dodo na omofo se bibia to etwa anase omo how ne de ye can say solution bia emma no ene yebetro mo say there are other solutions na obetumi efamu baako na wonso wode ape asetena ewo krom ha enti tonsafre mrena so tilidumanya menshra Richard Kumanya menshra ye can say Margaret eduje mfinya menshra dodo na abaso nyina mesrem na mombo modern na mon share program no na enkwechichichichi maye enkwechichichi maye na me sign aba mpese metwa me ho sema pe me baya na the topic no ba be shase emreko mum but yenya abotre ne topic na mo de enti metwa me ho sema me baya na the program na shase.
Based in London, we are a dynamic award-winning firm specialising in a range of legal services. Welcome to BWF Solicitors, a trusted and experienced law firm specialising in immigration and nationality, appeals and judicial review, dispute resolution, family and matrimonial, and other family law disputes with international context. These include matters such as private child arrangement orders, contested and uncontested divorce, non-molestation for domestic violence, and financial remedy. Our childcare and family team appreciate the issues facing you at such a difficult time. Our advice is delivered in a confidential and sensitive manner. Meet Bernard Owusu, our esteemed senior partner, with over 32 years of experience and known for his expertise and dedication to serving our clients and the community. BWF Solicitors stands for integrity, respect, excellence, teamwork, diversity, inclusion, and service to the community. We provide tailored assistance specific to your case. At BWF Solicitors, every day is filled with dedication, creativity, and a commitment to finding the best solutions for our clients. Our team at BWF Solicitors is ready to assist you with all your legal needs. You can find us at the 4th floor, Anna House, 214 to 218 High Road, Seven Sisters, London, N15 4NP. Our main office line is 0208 493 7340 or our emergency line is 07712 761 884.
Yo, mesa ma we bia akwa ba mo share ni say na ema me ahonde na mentumi nkasa ba mo share we kasa na me honhom ya akofom enen so eye me de eye me ahosepe say ye di sa adwumedie e ba na especially this particular topic ye ba be ka ho asem eye me de yie na me gidi say seni etie no mombo modern na mon share beboa nkrofo bebre I know what I'm saying enti mon share na nkwachi just share for me share na nkwachi ene say emre tia wa bi nsem bi akokọ okoso a yenim say nyoma ekoso but answer na be yin we dia me ma me resource person eno onso fa enchi akese emma mo etiefo ne ahwefo na afedie Nyemi wo ho no me de abetu dwa nti ma good morning lawyer Charles Asmah Mema good morning anope. Me gye say wo ho ye de. Na etiefo na hwefo etie wo ehwe. To nchie bi ma omo na emu ohwam ankasa. Na afede mfe dwumedie no enhya ase. O kasa ne mba. So kasa no eko lawyers ma be sign abasu biom anope bibia boko Mr. Moba mon share program. Now I'm so excited when it comes to anything concerning skilled workers. I am a day into me say mo share a be queenim mon share program name mammy nim nintia mo ko say I dare not article but we are still working on it. Auntie lawyer Asma Asaba, good morning to you, lawyer Asma Pacho. Me ma wakwenya no na odi nhia na mo.
Yo, that's it now. Good morning to you. Good morning, wonderful viewers and listeners. Today's conversation is great. Special greetings from the corridors of BWF Solicitors to you wherever you are. And also, Bombarding to Safra for in the Encomo. It didn't share my be a will be a
No. Enchi akese ye de ma obi biara baby biara wo na ne wo mu ne say when it comes to skilled workers and I say skilled migrant workers na nipa dodo na aba krom ha on that particular route o mo ye adwuma ebi mo nso mo adwuma no aye bibia wo ho ebi mo nso ba ye no o mo sponsor ye kan so mo sponsors no nso no ayo mo ho komsa bia ma dodo na obi be say eye bitter sweet ebi mo to eye okay mom ebi mo nso still a omo ho ano ebi mo nso guso a omo pay bi omo hwehwe na che say whatever it is we have different categories of these skill worker bebia obi edu na eni jesem e wo mo ne say there are other ways mbia ba ne say wo de no ehun ya ye bibi ne wo ho na other ways a obetumi wo ho aye enra say if you watch Rainbow Radio with Uncle Ben obeka other means skill workers no umbetumi adane mo ho still to have your visa stayed here any kwan a obefa so a obetumi a legalize ho mbia na umre da wade no so ya sana say bibi in fact na a good idea pa na say your kan no so say wo ankasa wuntumi ya there are always people out there who can help you to go through that process and then so yeah ba beto so abeka almost similar things but when you become the practicalities are a womb inti na yen topic a dey atodwa no producer wo han fan to ma me nam yen hwe say switching from skilled worker visa to a family visa yen nyina nim say when it comes to family law nature say aware womb awo wom owuo wom ye kan say eba awo ne owuo enije any divorce so wom all these things were family law inti ene no ye ba behwe say me a skill worker na aba ne say me pese me hwe me ho efiri ho ekọ family visa so a kwan ben edie na wom practicals and practicalities ben na wo ho a or say me diso ana me kom me go through a ebetumi aboa me ama me switch swiftly enkoye kwadanda or habia emba dachi eno na ene ye ba be ka ho asem nansa me fisa frɛ lawyer na yen sha asem free o me srem ani die mo this particular topic na hia me ankasa enti mo a mo hwɛ me no me srem mon share me hu share ne enkosoro kakra share ne enkosoro kakra umeka say mon film yet I don't know why you are not sharing but keep on sharing the program no na dodo na ehu etira kwan na omuntumi embembe tie this particular topic intimesa to nsa afre lawyer Asmah biom lawyer Asmah mesa ma wakwa ba biom ne topic amako kukuru dia abeidie megye say ebe kwa nkrofo bebre na si ebe sha ase kakra skill worker edie nti na nioma bebi edu no obi was skill worker route so a oye na adwuma ana bibi obeka say o mpese me switch eco family visa na say me switch nso a possible ana say enye possible na say possible a what are the practicalities or say me follow ana me hwe so na me ntumi nye such application na nyoma o say me fem mpo na enkopie me wo family visa so na me nkoye sa application na enye successful eno na ene metu ama na memo akwenya na wachichiri mu se ne ebe ibenya ye ho enti ase ntilo Asmah mesa atunsa e de afra obiom switching from a skilled worker visa no to a family visa practicalities bend the woman obetumi ne ya go through
Yo,
ana
me that's be intended ya kono practical. You mentioned the senior case worker by an assessment to decide an application.
okay
Na senior na ubisa no we are looking at the context. Nti
okay
you share blocks of immigration applications. And that's a visas a you share student block and that's a visas. One, a student visas. Another one, yes, workers or work visas. And work visas may be skilled, be unskilled. Into whether you are skilled or unskilled, regardless of the industry, you know, yeah, they will share some box no your friend some box no work visas or work permit. They are about family visas. Family visas, parent, grandparent, grandchild, child, spouse, what have you, meaning your family visas. They are about the third category, humanitarian protection, I find asylum, into refugee or humanitarian, meaning into there are about 4 blocks of visa routes. Now, say a year family, say a year work, say a year student, say a year humanitarian protection, no, wopɛ asetena ɛde atena UK or memu. That is the essence. Now then yɛbɛyi emu baako na yɛdi ho nkɔmmɔ, work visa. Now work visa no, most of it because aban streamlining nti aban expect sɛ nkurɔfoɔ a wɔbɛnya work permit anaasɛ work visa no ɛyɛ nkurɔfoɔ a wɔwɔ skill anaasɛ nyimdie bi anaasɛ nsano dwuma bi a wɔbɛtumi de aboa UK ɔman no ma n'akɔ n'anim a yɛfrɛ wɔn skilled workers. Nti sɛ yɛkasa skilled worker visa na yɛ work visa na saa work visa yi yɛde ama wo sɛ bɛyɛ adwuma ma obi. Saa obi no yɛfrɛ no employer. Mind you, nipa yi a ɔpɛ adwuma yi a ɔba bɛyɛ skilled worker yi wayɛ application, wakɔ interview, we go through the process, ɔsi we meet all the requirements ɛna ɔde nya adwuma no ɛna adwuma no wura nso a finalize ama no adwuma confirmation na wakasa me sponsor wo na waba na wabɛyɛ adwuma ama me. Senti ne sɛ me de ma hoɔden ɛhyɛ wo nti wo ba me nko ara na wobɛtumi asome me anaasɛ wo ne me ayɛ adwuma ɛna yɛfrɛ no sponsorship. And because we are being sponsored, wo ba anaasɛ wokɔ kuro UK a adwuma no a or sponsor wo no ɔno na ɛsɛ sɛ woyɛ adwuma no ɛma no ɛne yɛ point number 1. Point number 2 yɛate aso nso sɛ ɛne sɛ adwumafoɔ ewuranom no anaasɛ employers no ɔmo kɔ scout anaasɛ agentfoɔ bi ɛka scout. Ɛsɛ sɛ wankasa a wopɛ adwuma no woyɛ application na wo go through process na wonya. Nti sɛ wonya a na kyerɛ sɛ ɛnyɛ sɛ yɛbɛfa wo ɛna yɛaka sɛ ɛyɛ direct way na mbom woa na wonya a wadeɛ ɛna wonya a wo sponsorship letter anaasɛ certificate wokɔgye wo visa woba UK ɔman mu. Saa na ɛteɛ deɛ a woba a wobɛyɛ adwuma, yes, but you still have a choice. Sɛ ube so wo family wo UK omemu a ube join family no anase we benya family a ube join family no anase ube remain under the work permit no anase visa no. Do not just say we are work permit holder anase we are skilled worker visa holder. Now do you komemu a you still have a choice to switch to family visa. Na niabama obi decide say obekọ family visa ne say obedu UK no ohun say ne family no na eda family visa so. And there what prevent Zanin pay from ono so be switch e kwan da ho. Anase so obedu UK omemu no ejuma ni wura na ejuma sai. Anase contract no ogina so fa na ejuma mu no contract no eni ho biem. For whatever reason genuine ejuma ni ho e ma wo. Empo bia ejuma ni wura no tumi a aban de man say onfa mafa wo no that tumi ni agye finisem ayefa no license no. So kobasa you cannot be a skilled worker any longer. Because now the buyer no eni ho biem. Understand now ba sa wo buyer no eni ho biem. But wo family e kwan eda ho understand wo ho ma wo say obetumi aswitch say wo pa. Enti switching from work permit to family no yehwemu a ada say wo pay wo bedu ya wa switch ana say wo mu no edwuma na say ana say aban abo kokko say edwuma no wura no the license no agye finisem enti amawo akwanya say wo option bi a take a we nso your another option enti ya narrow no down switching from skilled worker visa to family visa. Na yehwe family visa no so a your family visa for parent, family visa for spouse, and family visa under EU provisions. Mama yehwe ewo no enso. Nti we decide say we call family visa no so a visa we say we call as a parent, we call as a spouse or partner, or we call as a EU family member. Women say EU family member no ya narrow no. And you want to call as an extended family member, but you can go on as a nuclear family member, i.e., child, parent, grandchild, grandparent to an extent. Now, sa parenti betumi aye biological parent and I say adopted parent. Nti ya hwe family route and I say family visa you say so was skilled worker A which means aba family worker a family visa B. Nti from point A to point B. Question. So wo ba family no so a then na ode ubenya ede aba family and say we here ode ba family no so. So your family there that means you have to prove say you have a familial relationship with that family member. Be it parent. Nti wo akwala wo no wo family relationship. And that's we akwala wo parent wo no wo family relationship. Spouse or yiri okunu and I say empunafo you have familiar relationship. The same applies to EU route. Enti you share family visa no a you share 3 areas. A parent, a child, a spouse. To mention so. Question. So who prove say we a family member then I would be prove. Because case worker no share the practicality. So we have to establish relationship between the skilled worker no or switching no to the family member no or switching under no. We mention so say switch. Switch means uwo and I would trade in for another visa status. Until say we need visa status already, you cannot switch. We mention so. Before we switch it from skilled worker to family visa no. Now with skilled worker visa no enwuye. Say you cannot switch because there's nothing to trade in for family visa. Woman share and also. The my enkwaka say, oh lawyer say, ukuta skilled worker cry, go to me family. Ukuta skilled worker enwuye and I say yenchemu a ubetumi asesa to family mana ye. Nti switch means exchange. It's a nibia you cannot exchange. Let's bear that in mind. Now, family. Be a person who establish a relationship as a parent or as a child. You need to show say who evidence, you know. Then abama why parent or child a birth certificate. Birth certificate, you know. So we a child that would deem so or parent deem so. And it's a parent na we want to see say only din and a birth certificate so as either father, mother, or both. I said all, that means it could be one or the other. So we are lucky now who parents two nina fine, can also rely on it doesn't really matter. Say one parent or both parents. Do you need DNA? We are looking at practicalities. Can the caseworker tell you to bring a DNA? The answer is no. Should you add DNA? The answer is choice. Up to you. It's optional. Why is it an optional thing? Because you share Children Act 1989. You share Section 2, Section 3, Section 4, Section 4 capital ZA, Section 4 capital A. Meaning Obaka said you can establish parent age. And also establish who your parent is by bringing your birth certificate. The same applies with your parent. No person establishes akwala we oba. You bring akwala birth certificate to prove say you are the registered or named parent on the child's birth certificate. Enti say akwala no oba. You have to prove say who and na wudin wo akwala birth certificate so as mother or father. Nti say we obema na wo switch to family visa no a. Birth certificate, akwala birth certificate no, so we gina wo ba so a as a parent. As say you say, and as a case worker no person who say father no eyawo. Should your name be the same as your child's name? The answer is no. Would the case worker insist, say, identity would be akwala different? They can't do that in law. Even if they decide to do that, you can challenge them because I am by force. Say, Odi within ebetu oba eso. Obi omo obi aye na adoye, obi aye na papa, otumi de ne ba eto no. Nti sa me de me ba atu obi a eno nkyere say akwala no ni din ni me din enye the same nti onye me ba. Roma yen hye me so. Tinya aye worry say, oh, me bay me de to me nana me papa obi na me dina ni su yi idin is different enkofa asam dey bi asam bi ani ho na say we prove say we call as a father to the child you are named as the father of the child on the child's birth certificate. If your father side no we want to see say within a ho mother so we want to see say within a ho. Say akola no adopt no a different conversation. But mind you, skilled worker or switch aqua family based on adopted child, obviously no and yet possible and mass animal way, so we go through adoption process. Into practicality, it will not be possible. on a balance of probabilities because of time constraints. Obey adoption process maybe out this and out the buy no ewu. However, say edwuma na ogusu ye na one person obey up to 5 years, 3 years. Now buy now what start the adoption process. But the question is, so what's your adoption for akwala? So what adopt akwala no as I said, so we now war mine more. Of course, you can make more. Then you go through the UK processes. So akwala no war amanonia. Yes, we go through UK plus baby akwala no ewo no. And even though yeah the adoption abefom say so what adopt akwala no there's also option there no. Adoption process no cumbersome and so be a wuni imre bebre to complete that process for you to have parental responsibility. Ebi a BBAC enti yama wo guardianship right for akwala no. And also when you're right because what me by what mean parental responsibility. I will to me I can say akwala no welfare enti na akwala no wo no wo hia bi na wotumi de aboa akwala no hwem. Nti parent side no ehwo no na ya explore no. Na yambra again, how does it work out say nimpa we obaye no abeye father or mother ema na yeye. Woman shan so say we are mother there automatically you are the mother. So the conception, the bearing and the delivery of the child na efa also. Science obvious and we can confirm that from hospital records, from Akwala a child hospital record book, and it be and the other say, "When we are mother, the mother dear, ayana is easy, but father, then a chance only father, mind you, we are skilled worker, obaye, indeed 9 months, obaye, indeed 1 year, Akwala say, o say Akwala eya Akwala e 3 months. What the birth certificate about with you also. But let's work it out. Me a case worker, me need da ho. Ma jimu da ho. E bie me ni maso e dey follow emra no. Na me dey your application assessment to grant or to refuse. So me the time scale na to ho. Papa we obaye yesese a that was the first time I did buy UK. Yesese ya no 7 months ni. Akwala ye dey 3 months. Na yehwemu a ye wo akwala no na papa we oba UK no 4 months. Is it possible say akwala ya yam no 4 months to me wo no prematurely many ye difficult. On the balance of probabilities, will the case worker be convinced? No. Will you, ordinary person, be convinced? No. It is a nimpa no a or share original one no ya fa no reasonable objective bystander. No, say wanti ase a case worker so enti ase. So this is where the common sense assessment comes in. So then I just say possible say bema we in banie. You say biologically gestation period 36 months, which is 9 months, 36 weeks, which is 9 months. Into senipan so back room had 9 months in here. Possible so buy now we share or bi and any obano after your phone. Emma 9 months time ya wa akwala no. Say possible say the bano no. Or buy more than 9 months. Akwala afi na ya wo no. Possible say the bano no. So anything short of how long are we UK no, we want to ask ourselves say, does it mean say before our baba no na wan yim akwala yi mami ana? Sana che da akwala yi mami no okopie o man na wo mu mu ana. So your assessment no you say mami ntu kwan da. And there's no way I will be share no baby ana wo no before I will be tu kwan there. How come? Say yanyim akwala yi before I will tu kwan aba UK. Questionable. We are looking at practicalities, switching from skilled worker visa to family visa. father. To be able to prove that only father no one. What the birth certificate, baba. Number 2, the assessment now. It should be on a balance of probabilities. No possible say akwala we a bit to me ayawoba because you've been in the UK long enough to father a baby or a child. Now, mother, we a mother there are kind of it's obvious, and so akwala birth certificate with the baba, akwala hospital records with the beka home. Now, what they prove say you have familiar relationship with this child. Family, still child. Now, we a father, only mommy ewoba, but one worry mommy no, and I say relationship na won no one kra no. Akwala no be mu wie na afidie afono abo wenum. But we are responsible, santi wo hwa wo ba. Mommy no eti ne baby. Mommy no akwala no neti, ba wo hwa wo ba. The Mrano say you have direct access to this child. Send a child there, then necessary prove. In addition to birth certificate, necessary prove say you play active role in the life of the child as far as the welfare of the child is concerned. And welfare of the child under Section 1 of Children Act 1989 about education of the child, about the upbringing of the child, about the development of the child, about the needs of the child. It is which we play role psychological needs, physiological needs, emotional needs, financial needs. Then we can prove say you play a role in the life of the child. But they are not coming for your bank statement to show say who disika mama no anasa akwala. They are not coming to ask for birthday cards now there. So what do you have to prove say you play a role? And one na yebeko GP, it could be said GP say, Papa we record you credit ni was so say or no ewa akwala in life mu ana GP a confirm me GP letter yes. And also akwala no school. So either GP or school or both if you can have it. School so confirm me, but akwala after the yawo no on share school ase. So there's no way you can get a school support letter because akwala didn't go school here. So GP there, akwala no ewo GP because you are registered no. Into GP important, school so important. So school letter beba. Then my no so be adanse say, akwasi mensa me bane me bay John Mensa and I said John Metelson. Now akwasi mensa or a good father. Aboa me be ya oboa me nso oba no abahwe akwala na me kwa ejuma and I said me home because of a war and some nti. Excuse me. Santi is a good father, good parent. Me be here no. Me be ne bia no ne papa ba around the pet na ne niaje. Ne papa kwape na waye quiet. Emotional attachment, special bond. Akaka ni nyina kama egu ne krata mu. You don't have to type. So one son na we better obetumi. What the handwritten letter kwa ye mi sa identity na maame nan type. Because before a computer baba no, now you're the inside metro, pen wo. So it can be handwritten or can be typed up. You have two options. The mommy at the ne support letter abra aba ebe di adanse e. Nti na ehwe mu a ye wo GP or school letter or both na ye wo maame no so ne de. What are they proving? Omo prove say you are in the life of the child. Nti direct access no what take box no. What if say yeah, wo akwala we no one maame no misunderstanding ti maame no kwa say ehwe akwala we enye say I don't want to see you near my baby blah 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 akaka no bebre unso ope wo bai ope say wo obey in life mu what can you do within ni GP within ni school maame ma wo letter and there wo de be court na court amount child arrangement rights order. The court ma order say you have a right in the life of the child. To me seek permission to rely on that order from the court to prove say you have direct access to your child. Until I share how to prove direct access if you're a father. The same applies to Mami Foa, Omni Obi Awo, na papa no, na Oshe Akwala no. Akwala ya British Akwala. Akwala no ya Akwala, Obi Okuta pre-settled status, and that's a settled status. Akwala we did 7 years, but mind you, so we are skilled worker and will switch here. There's no way I'll back to Yaka will pay the 7 years. UK. Because we can buy and win the 7 years. So wait the 7 years and can buy now indefinite. So that is not practicable. We are looking at practicalities and common sense approach. So there 7 years as a child born in the UK or brought to the UK, living in the UK for 7 years will not apply to somebody or switching to family life from skilled worker. Intine yeshemu akwala ya awo no. Say we mami and say we papa, direct access will apply. Sa akwala no ni papa no ti baby, and say akwala no ni mami no eti baby a. Sa na tie dia akwala yi enya wo na wo no. Na mmom mami no awo akwala no wa ware no. So wa ware mami we dia and there say we prove say wo ne mami no marriage certificate ewo ho. Wo ne mami no mo adanse di e say mo marriage or say family relationship is genuine and subsisting. Nyoma wo de be di adanse ye bi hu komo the last time. To me prove on dia na try say akwala no your stepfather under relevant provisions of the 1989 Children Act. Or say a child stepfather somebody can become a stepfather if nipa no a or your father or stepmother no wa worry akwala no mami and that's papa. Internet just say was switching from skilled worker to family visa no. Other say we yere no and that's wuku no or your single mother or single father. The bano or your British child and that's a qualifying child with pre-settled or settled status under EU. That na tie dia ube to me. I to sa anamono we prove. Intine ya share parent no. Now spouse. We yere ukunu na wugina na so. O switch it. Last week obi beje ne de no your skilled worker. Or your skilled worker no oni ni partner na buy. Yes, a skilled worker independent. Ombedu ya no na relationship for start here. Aware dada no gu ye. Na original new relationship so. But not so prove say no correct say old aware no egu. That's so prove say new aware no so marriage certificate ada so. Either customary marriage certificate or ordinance marriage certificate. Yenim dada. I'm not going to go into that again. Ordinary na buy evidence actually say marriage to the man or family life with the man is subsisting. Egusu ekoso. Or the nyoma bebre photos. Or the life insurance policy. Or the bills. Bills, it be a joint, it be individual names, but the same address. It doesn't matter. And your joint are here by force. Could be individual, but the same address. Family photos. Photos, no mention so. So the photo by too many. Let me who say, sir, blaze away na show throughout all the 100 photos, sir. Conclusion by open and draw. Say, photo will you trend the same day. Why will you take 100 pictures the same day wearing the same dress? What is the purpose? Maybe your intention is as the caseworker will suspect. Enti, woman share photo no and so. We want to see progressive family photos, which are on a balance of probabilities, and a practical approach, a year convincing. Photos, programs, birthdays, weddings, a year range of photos. Casual photos. So photos we may categorize into 3. Casual photos at home. Casual photos out and about, restaurant, the park, train, everywhere. And formal photos. Occasions, formal occasions, including funerals and other occasions. So formal photos, you are wearing formal clothes. Casual photos, you are wearing casual clothes. Family photos, you are at home. Nti ano no say bema no shirt but ohye trousers enko a na say ne shorts enko a, it doesn't matter because a family efie no mutwa photo no ebi a omumie no kra ye adwane na omo eye adwane bom obi atwa photo no omo keep omo family archive, which is fine. Obi say me photo no any naked photos and it doesn't make sense because be a me who the camera be man obi say try your photo na eba horo na dey ato ho a naked, so that one doesn't make sense. I don't subscribe to that. And a case worker will not believe say this is practical. Enti photos ho no so yetumi approve woni wo yere woni wukunu book holidays together. Empo bi a wo mpena no mention no so say you have to be in a relationship for 2 years. Not necessarily living together, but in a relationship for 2 years. Moko holiday together. Nti ye share mo bia flight bookings na mo mini na mudin waso. Just say you are living your marriage life together. Mo ye share holiday hotel bookings no so a mo mini na mudin waso. That means you are living your life together. Genuine relationship, subsisting relationship. So, marriage certificate alone does not make the relationship genuine and subsistent. So, if the caseworker suspects say the marriage was contracted with the view to apply for immigration visa, switching from skilled worker to family visa, or because a sham marriage and you be refused. So make sure say practicalities no way this so what tick boxes no. So your share parent, your share spouse. You there, you say, oh yeah, you are. As I say, we prove say, we depend on you family member, no, your father or mother or grandparent, you know. So we were 21 and over. So we are under 21, you are. As I say, we prove say, of course, family member no, on any birth certificate, so we are step child as well, marriage certificate plus birth certificate to cross-reference the relationship. Triangulation. Then question is identity in 2024 in our application under EU. What is your reason? My reason is simple. Now me work me Chrome Ghana, me my whatever country. Me mama na washa me papa na washa me stepfather or me stepmother na washa me. Na me come school. Me wiem school na me year application. Na me nye adwuma na me buy as a skilled worker migrant. Me bedu ye no me papa and also my mommy, they decided say they will sponsor my application so that I switch from skilled worker to EU application. Family. Yes. Why are you late? That is why you are late. Is it practical? Yes, it is practical because another option. Why did I have to rush for you? And did I even intend to be in the UK? No. This maybe do UK there. Now my mommy and papa EU. No, then I can decide to switch based on the family relationship to apply to get a EU 5 years visa. We are share all these parameters and how practical they can be. Caseworker, that is how they are going to do it. So we look at the relationship, we look at your life out and about together, evidence. We look at how the relationship was acquired or it came about. They are share the timing, they are sharing, then we conclude say on a balance of probabilities, even though nipa we switch, on switch because say yaman is 60 days switch, or switch because genuinely, they have a relationship with this family member, and therefore it makes practical sense. They have decided to keep that family relationship going by staying together as a family unit. We have two options. EX1, where you don't meet all the requirements, can still apply because if the application is refused, there will be harsh consequence for akwala no woman unless say spouse na a woman. Case law is support to view no. So case work can before be decided say be refuse no war enough to conclude say on a balance of probabilities what there no, it doesn't appear practical. So to do it, to convince say what it is as it is, make sure say the practicalities are identified, followed, and stamped. The best ha, they are my host. So maybe say BBR.
Yo, Asmah, why dear wacheche mo pepepe. Hey, just say nneoma bebree wɔ hɔ a wobetumi ayɛ ampa na wabɛka ne ekyire koraa a woka na yɛ me de paa nanso me wɔ nsɛm bi fa ho ɛyɛ sɛ ɔno skill worker no waba kurom ha na ne parent yi uni na ɔse me parent wɔ ha nti me parent no nyɛ saa application ne ma me ɔhɔ no na obi bisa sɛ ɔmoyɛ as main applicant no mbia memfa ne sɛ ɔno yɛ bɛrima na ɔbaeɛ sɛnea ɔda so wɔ visa ne bi wɔ na adeɛ mba ho sɛ ne sponsor no sɛnea nneɛma ɛkɔ no wanhwɛ a na ayɛ biribi ɛwɔ hɔ nti no ɔwɔ parent wɔ ha na sɛ obetumi parent betumi ayɛ saa application ne de ama na ayɛ biara ɔsɛ mbisa sɛ na dependent no nso a how is it going to be because minim sɛ so mo yɛ ama ɔno yiyufoɔ no yɛ ama ɔmo ba no as ɔmo ba yiyu family way na what about ɔba ne ba na ɔno ba yɛ so ɔno nso wɔ the dependent a or depending on the skill migrant route ne so ɔno nso migrant we can say dependent no ebetumi a affect no in kwan bi so ana sɛ ɔno deɛ ɔmo ntumi ma ne attach ɔno nso ne deɛ to near parent ne yɛ ama no no patro ne question first question maybe sir
Yo, Midasi Bebre. We are going to triangulate this and look at how the practicalities work.
Okay.
We are looking at a EU child.
Yes.
A EU parent.
Yes.
The EU child came as a skilled worker dependent, for example, or even a skilled worker migrant. It doesn't really matter.
Okay.
So let's say that this person or a skilled worker migrant, say you're doing in Komoyi, a year my tea,
yeah,
we a skilled worker. A year me, Charles, me name EU parent, Waba, wo company a BWF.
Okay.
Ubedu yano. Me, I'm your papa no. Me say, I want to sponsor your application so that you switch from where you are to where I am.
Okay.
Wo ba no so waso warranty wo ne wo kunu na ba ye.
Sa.
Ah, yeah, kodwo menu. Mo ma yen no so. Kodwo menu tags along you. Maybe I will be kobia no, say wo di kodwo menu ko.
Sa.
Wo visa no to nsuom a, kodwo menu nso ne de na to nsuom.
Enokre.
Right. Now, nti sa wo no a wo ye main migrant no, wo decide say wo switch akọ EU we no a.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, EU mrano emma kwan for in-law to come in. So in-law enimudia, then the EU me as a EU father no cannot sponsor me in-law no, even though with the best of will and intention I want to. But mrano man kwan. But mrano man kwan say wo dear because you depend on me no, make me sponsor and the reasons are given why you are late. Yes. Until you have to make a choice. Do you want to tag along? Do you want to stay with Kojomenu on immigration ladder issue? And I say, Kojomenu enko ni baby now so beko baby. You have to make a choice.
Hey.
So that is for main person. But let's look at it from the other angle.
Okay.
This time we are dependent. Who kunu no your main skilled worker. Who kunu no your meba. We are me in law. Who kunu no switch it under me you. Maybe
Yes.
5 years. Because we are dependent on it. Because we are dependent on it, you can also see say we are dependent the moment I will switch here no. At the end so I there him me boa.
Yes.
That's what I can so in a way. But now yeah can say who kuno a wa switch aba me media no eso no.
Yes.
Or yeah dependent wa switch aba media no so no. Emra no say so we switch akọ family route no so a it is wo bi na wo de kɔ
Mhm.
so wo bi na wo de kɔ a yan hwɛ sɛ nipa yɛ switch ba yi su yi
Mhm.
a ɔyɛ dependent no na switch ba yɛ
Yeah.
ba ko na ɔyɛ main person a ɔyɛ skilled worker migrant no
Mhm.
still no ɔne ne company no ɛwɔ hɔ
Yes.
nti ne visa no nsɛ yɛ
Mhm.
partner no empɛ skilled worker dependent bi to waba EU.
Sir. Mhm.
So there are two visas here.
Mhm.
Skilled worker visa for this main migrant
And
and the
then,
EU visa for the dependent.
sir. Mhm.
Why we a main migrant we decide say we need be me kunu ekuta pre-settled.
Mhm.
Nti me kunu a qualifying partner.
Yes.
Sadia me komi kunu so.
Uh-huh.
Me komi kunu so. Unko kunu so under EU. But who kunu so under appendix family life.
Ah, bon,
So you have
okay.
to meet the rules, finance, relationship, living together, and all that. So that is the triangulation process.
Okay.
In the case of the we dissect to the detail, fine tune it, and see say on the balance of probabilities, this is your best option.
Hey, I did the anti-Naja mo yehia lawyer say o me yes ade ama e baby akọ huhwan na law na awe wa ha law no say we there be ohuson we nso say there be o say wo di we so na che say ne atie bia no okay na ba ko nso say we are school workers mienu omo buy omo G visa ne ba school workers okunu ni oyere ni okunu omo aba pepepe na sisia no omo buy no omo abenyinsen awo omo mienu na abewo na omo wo ye no yesi akra no oni bi ontumi tise ye de akra na san akofie ni aye application from fie e de aba. I don't know how true is this. Yeah, by yeah, indefinite. Yeah, that's so ewo yeah skill we are first at first second year anymore. Na yeah adwuma so pepe but I say our for there yeah that's so shisha nshempe mu yeah de ho kekan kan ho de nyensa akopie mu ya wo akora na yesa akora no ya ma no visa ni bi enti no yemfa ne nkofie na yenkɔgye visa no wɔ fie emfa mbrɛ no Asmah mante ase mpacho ho no nchechemu bi wɔ hɔ ana
Obi no de betu wenim and I say a fictional story.
no obi na ɔde abetu m'anim.
Catch any pansa umbra na ya support no.
Okay.
Because I mean me a skilled worker. Me could be a
Yes.
skilled worker dependent. Ya wakwala.
Yeah.
Even if maybe a skilled worker after April changes no, we can still push say hang on. Yes, granted say maybe a skilled worker. And now because of we me of course me bema no any be. And also for whatever reason, person me bay. The person because mind you, say obi a afi na wa be skilled worker after April no, ontumi switch emma nukunu ontumi en sponsor nukunu and say nukunu entumi join no, and say no yore entumi join no. In sa rule no, if it is another care. Other ones dependent can still join. But let's assume say me anipa de betu wenim no, a old regime are dependent are in. And another dependent APM. Are we going to say dependent akwala we onto me and no. And maybe I knew why juma. Even if you take it to court will agree with Obia said no, say Macolano. Near the Macolano, a mammy no dear no, and as a skilled worker in Aka was solo near the Macolano, but you to make us a baby. The only time one, you because see a Macolano be a time papa noir on them mammy no Wacolano, papa no be.
Okay.
So papa no ni be there under the rules no. Papa no oye illegal no. Even though my no kuta skilled worker no be no. Because akola no illegal no nti. Akola no ye man skilled worker no be. But even that, we did the case. Nipa no chinchin yes no de buy. Eventually, they gave it to akola no. It was a fight, back and forth, back and forth. But eventually, the case worker gave in. And no de let buy say mo de ama akola no.
Eye we ose no mo tu kon person mo tu kwan ti omo ye akla no passport na omo kwaji atum ye so omo kwaye application in free fee enti wa onte ase enti no eye
Application for passport and as a visa.
no say akla no visa ni passport foforo no ma ye wa ha ma no visa bi eni but on person mo tu kwan to mo tu kwan ko mo koji o maame no okoji visa ni bi e wa ha no e de atum ama no na nko mo ko eye o skill migrant route no mo go so no omo koji bi ntu akla ne so no mo nko na so nko ye application from fee me name how but this is how she said it and I'm say okay maybe
Well,
sa question no
you know,
e de
sir, when people are selling their story, they sell what will please you.
mm.
There are bits I want can. Ada say
Okay,
papa no ni bi, ti na man fa ma akwala no, and I say wan ye ne yie. So
okay.
person oye ma akwala no still a omra will assist.
Definitely. Yo, lawyer, Emre ne call, but I've got a couple of questions. I would rather reserve it whilst we are still on the show. No, now maybe a telephone lines. No, Eddie Atum. Same be a would no. Yo, so no. And some I came. Oh, one or two questions. A true word. So a lawyer Asmah waha obet me ama omo pepe obet me a friend na mess no. Ɛna nso no mbia na ne ɛka ho asɛm no wo de ho so mfamfa wo akwan mu bia but still you've got some legal questions bia opese wo bisa lawyer Asmah or ha or your expert especially when it come to can I say adwuma mu employment law de lawyer Asmah de mu number 1 wobetumi bisa question bia opɛ bia obeyi mmoaye no e de ama o 0208 1231016 and now says 073 9920 8468 ubetumi afrena Messi na yetumi ama answer same bia opese leave voice note baby I want to me mfre na nimre kwa just leave a voice note ni obi eja bisisi e de ama me no na nka ye bisa e de ama na maybe me bisa questions and I me twem questions no memfa kind of some acknowledgement kakra Emma dodo na abaso Sandra Fraser de abeto se wo hwehwe BWF Solicitors kira kwan what the information nyina aba begu a obetumi de ape omwetira kwan and afen so or say exactly it is always best to consult BWF Solicitors as I say as layman you can't this the direct the law as lawyers will or this dissect the law as lawyers will Helena A and so say good morning lawyer Asmah, thank you for your good and relent role for the community. Auntie Helena yeda say yekoa Danny say hi everyone Tilly say please kindly share comment and like thank you dodo na ɛwɔ so na equia brei agima yenyina yɛda ase focus Ghana say what's the difference between 10-year route and 5-year parent visa route from British child woka British child one question bi wɔ ha lawyer Asmah Emma answer ni we a mɛkan ɛno nso na ebisa lawyer Asmah obi bisa what's the difference ɛwɔ saa deɛ wei ni mmienu 10-year route and a 5-year British child.
Yo, difference ni na say nipa no oye application no or be decide say omiti rules no and say omiti rules no. So we meet rules no we call it exceptional circumstances that may apply to your case. It is the way meet rule no cry, you still be given 2.5. In no over that so 2.5, 4 times, which is 10 years. That's the meet rule ni dia and there over that so 5 years. The way your application now, we best select it whether you are going for 5 or you are going for 10. If it's 5, do you meet the rules? If it's 10, that's fine. Now, the other
Yo,
difference is that 10 years, you stay for 10 years before you qualify for indefinite. 5 years, you stay for 5 years before you qualify. I don't mean 5 years continuous, but 2.5 twice and 2.5 4 times before you qualify for indefinite.
okay, yeah, that's same. So when you answer, yentie when so near share the numbers again 0208 1231016. So with me a friend lawyer will help them answer. Yentie we.
Good morning, Manyanati. good morning lawyer. Edam wasene adwuma pa mo bomma community mu. Ya nyamo de ya nke ne nan ke eni de be. We the quick one. Me pa cho me brother baako on ne divorce. Na mpa cho o me ja da ko be in separation no. Ba ka divorce be go through. Na Oma try someone say ba no oma checking address oma kunu GP copy address oma kunu old address oma yi bia lawyer bibia inya access bit ma I there accevo obai oma check with email telephone number oma yi bibia emfa ndi oma obi friend no nipa ne say or say or so do be man into ne de on sanka bi do munya no ma save no but what that man te be there na what that number e be there na your professional we be twen kan kan wetin akọ hwe save na what that man yo but the second question is also me mama we dependent and or buy to a student and or buy we do full time the full time na we no the visa no na e be on the 3rd of February and we fee waiver send go be leave to remain application the fee waiver no in the second the technical administration section 3 in ecovan because we in time application and the adwuma na oyɛ no so ɔma support say ɔma adwuma because say ɔmo nya share code na ɔmo nya yɛ katom ɔmo nya employment checking service but ɔmo check here no branch ɔnya negative verification na yɛ katom say there be ɔmo before nya decision for free waiver no the technical necessitation ko ba na say otumi de ɛyɛ adwuma nti ɔmo san check no about today no bet my other man because home office free waiver decision in my and technically also yeah adwuma say what was na employment checking service no so branch so check here ba negative so other man dey bet my that's
Crachia oja message. You to say OTA program ne pa because you're so familiar with the terminologies and what such applications. That's wherever you are. Lawyer Asmah, the first question and the second question. I hope say OTA dear.
Right.
But OTA question.
Yes, Mete.
Okay.
Okay, so first question. You have made an application for divorce. The other party is refusing to respond. And Adela can say, what can you do? So, court service no enye juma. Of course, court the bamano. No say on ya. I don't know, sir. No sa can also on ye, and that's also unya ye. Too. So the sa can also on ya. Fine. You apply to the court to consider it deemed service. Then mmra wo ho a ebedi aboa wo say so on ya and the court be hu what to do. So ne sa na nkan ye de a as say we friend process server. And the process server no nkofo ho mo ye sa ejuma no. Omo de bibia be kwa command nimpa no. Say obehia no airport, so obehia no ejuma, so obehia no market, so obehia no fie. Na omo hia ne say omo de baba kwa hye ne nsem. Na omo atwa photo. Na omo de akọ court say court monhwe ne sa ka de no bo apayo na waye on pese obe respondo then some person obe respondo and interest won sanka court will know what to do. And so feel say why frustrated with that there o engage lawyer onim divorce proceedings and how it works na omboa no e was sa ekwan no eso so ko be say wa respondo no say on person be ja ware there then it will go for contest na court e decide what is necessary. Second one will say, fee waiver before we ewu ye. One can say fee waiver no aba and say buyer, but can say still appending. Employer say bibi ani ho minim so mo demand no say negative verification and say employer no can say negative verification. So employer no can say dia and no nga say so betumi aye yi employer checking service no yi CS no betumi aye online. Na watch the result na ba na who say ampa positive and I say negative. So negative or no bet me petition home office and I say case worker say identity na me my day in time na decision my na mo catch me say but me enter say fee waiver no is not fee waiver no any application per se a request for the fee to be waived. But na ye kan nyina ne say yenwen so feel say nyoma nkoyi a please engage a lawyer because there might be something else that you have not shared and we know how to assist further.
Yo, yada se me gidi se obenya ni muaye no. Mpacho ye nyodofo bi wa homa no so. Good morning baby biara o free. Mpacho me ente umka na bisa o question.
Good morning, Manyati.
Good morning.
Kwajoni.
Hey, Kwadwo mete wo nka cha papa. Just as you no applications bia nyina go through nti untie ye mpo bio meboa.
Mitie ni kwada say I am said then the question be am said that I feel that they are just not me bisa.
Mate, koso.
Mitie.
Koso na bisa.
Yeah, obi no say or still worker ni from the buy.
Yeah.
Now unfortunately the buy no na dependent no Efrim once or yare it or Ghana na oko film.
Oh.
Enti no say me no say bia obesa me betimi asa ware bio ana so betimi aware a eno no o me use old application or yeah no that rules at that time no and on the back access na say the new one and the back access no.
Oh. Yo, lawyer Asmah, we de ni ye ma ni bie. Ni obema na aka baby and oba na aka baby.
Oba mum na aka baby. Be man na e mean.
Yo. Lawyer Asmah, ni me nua be me ye kan ni den no betumi obema otumi ware de otumi ware foforo. Why no? Yira wu a otumi ware foforo na process no NM say ebisa ho asem. To Lawyer Asmah, akwanya da ho ma no. Sa akwanya bi da ho a kwan be na so fa so na onware na onfa na yere foforo embra ebe ma old rules and new rules ne na ebe chichire no.
Yo, yenue ya na yere efimu ya mano yako. Director Mpacho to say. Good. Sorry to you for the loss of your friend's spouse. Now, now a woman no say yenue oba. Of course, once a dependent woman there, not just or your application under old regime, maybe. Yeah, and the right before the right or war from then will continue. Remember show Ukraine said yeah this week, no last week, and now your client back one also skilled workers are and now our no eguye and no worry for fro.
Okay.
O person kofa nukunu ba. Nukunu nya visa no last week. A mo twa na ticket. Na wa beka ne nsa biem. Then also so the prove divorce certificate na o use here. But yenua we nja aware owuo na ba ya yesa. Nti then no dey be prove say aware no ni ho biem. Then no dey be prove.
Death certificate.
Exactly. That's all. Why? No aware for fro.
Okay. All right. No, no can now. Let's wait me. Let's say, you cry with me.
So we are worried there. We are no a big. We are worried. It's up to you. Provided that we share any finance or worry.
Yo, Mate. Yo, me dance. Now we share.
Yes, yeah, that's. Can you share program name, mama? Why?
You, Mate, me
Yo, yeah, bye bye. Men kind when so na yen koyenim mama send it we message in the abano. Men shit na men bot na fe men kind we men bo we men di can bo we answer. Na men she.
Now, I'm going to my make my palm over. I'm patching the naturalization. My application online. Now, me EU family member. Passport EU family member. Now, when me is that I know him. Now, my application now me divorce now me dia upload now me feel say like it's not necessity sir. But let me be say me here now. And the weight of it to say. So my fan come out they be very like essential and engine course will be as that's the mission. And the lastly, so but just make my application online. I'm upload evidence. No, that's it.
Okay, Lawyer Asmah, yen ya be my question. Pacho wa dina so kakra me na lowa we gadget na wo ti ade ne fi lowa ne ma me kakra wa pacho. Lawyer Asmah, e betumi ama yen ya be me answer kakra.
Pacho say why naturalization application na send then okay.
Pacho me ba.
Now, I'm going to see that my make my palm over. Pacho, me say me naturalization. my application no online. Me EU family member. But me would got a passport or EU family member. Na me you got any new na me application na me divorce na me upload na. Na me feel say like it's not necessity sir.
Okay, the question on
Okay.
no person yeah.
Right. Yo, obi sasa applicate form ben obey I say obey no online and yes, obey no online. Question is said, do you qualify? Naturalization application, as I said, Uchiremu said, when you're indefinite, what's not Chrome have 5 years until you qualify. Who your application maybe so say, what is your marital status?
Divorce.
Until Uchiremu said, divorced, whatever. It is a divorce, dear. On my expectation, would the document
Divorce,
to be back as part of the checklist. Who
sir.
say, who feel say necessary, sir, but say, well, what they are. Just add it. It doesn't matter. Say necessary or not necessary. Why?
Okay, and I say so until online one answer no online there. No for one ma so patcho me ente unka.
Good morning.
Good morning, Papa. Apombo ko there.
Nyame adumo na mepatwa mo so e.
Yen so yehu adasu kraye. Yen tie we na yenko.
Mpatwa we di madam to be krana. O se ma me na. O se bi.
Okay, patcho kasa den kakra ma me why?
Mpatwa yo. Na me me problem me say.
Mhm.
Me ba Chroma 2020 2021.
Okay.
Na me buy.
Okay.
Na ya de care visa ni di na buy. Me ne abaya di na buy. Na me ni independent.
Okay.
Nti ya de 2 years na buy. Nti ya buy na abaya no kwatena baabi na me so me kwatena baabi.
Okay.
Nti oko ha dan kra no ofre me.
Mhm.
Na me spending ni sika na odi so ni sika na odi ko ha dan.
Mhm.
Nti 2 years na ebe so ana me kata me say 2 years na ya dan ebe so ni say ya ba ya dan. Ni ho na ade ya
Me
ba.
wo ho.
Nipa no recorded on the voice no the band is kasa.
Kasa o jina so live.
Data.
Hello da.
Data to say
Pato me ho ya pa.
good. Also me share with that.
Ah,
But from your story now I know who you are. You don't want people to know who you are based on what you do and what you are telling them. Because you're personal and bibia umpeso bia be hunya ekoso abrabo mu no. Why don't you call and have a one-to-one conversation?
any me pato you.
Because there is a lot of personal information. Why?
Sa.
Okay. Any pato me nya number na ya na ma pre etito na te ya.
Mame mfama na trust ya me ma lawyer Asmah number no first. 079. Why you ready?
079
476
447
6
okay 6
360
360
37.
37.
Yeah.
Pato me buba mo 079
Mhm.
476
Mhm.
360
Uh-huh.
37.
Yeah, we program na by 11:30 12 no friend no. Na oni ni ndi nkomo. Why?
Me pato you ma. Me da se pa.
Yensu ye
Gram.
dase. Yensu ye dase. Yo. Men kind way share program ni ma me why? Usi obi na de ma share ma me why?
Pato you ma.
Okay. Obi nso ama me message wa ha na men kind messages no mo de ba ne say a na aye confused. Anyway, we are still here. I can't read kakra ye nche ye beko. Na 079 I'm sorry. Na mane 020812310116 and I say 073 99208468 ubetumi afre na ya show ewo hanom obi asend mess okay another audio nso asan aba me nhwe ye nua ba no so wa ha okay me nsan bo audio we quickly na afe yenko yenim Obisi, I am 20. Okay, my member way first. Oh, okay. Menka say I am 29 years and the skill worker visa and on the skill worker visa. My mom is ILR and both my siblings have British nationality. Is it possible for me to switch based on their relationship? Okay. I was just similar about to ask a similar question. And we also the abano. One family so a minimum parents British nationals, but on also the skill worker ni bi na buy ne nuanom nyinaa yɛ British na ɔpɛ sɛ ohu sɛ ɔmbɛtumi akɔka ɔmo abusua no ho ɔmo aswitchi ama na ɔno nso abɛyɛ British ne bi anaa akwanya bi wɔ hɔ a ɔmbɛtumi aswitchi based on the relationship a ɔwɔ ɛne ne parent ne nuanom no anaa mpatwɔ lawyer Asmah yɛbɛtumi aboa yɛ nua bɛrima yi anaa yɛ nua bɛyi anaa.
Yo, me that's bebre. Me sure say ni maami a odi owo ILR indefinitely to remain. Enye
Mhm,
EU di ani bia. Standard immigration rule ILR. Can I
mhm,
tell you this person is just like being a British citizen. So,
mhm,
you realize say yeah didn't come away from the beginning, no.
mhm,
Yanka say family members
mhm,
just like that. You see spouse
mhm,
married or in a relationship 2 years.
mhm. Child. Mhm,
Child, step
mhm,
or biological.
mhm,
And if you go under EU, grandparent, grandchildren.
mhm.
Nti nipa wei, na ɔpa akyerɛ no sɛ ɔnyɛ EU ɛna ne maame no ɛwɔ deɛ a ɔntumi nkɔmɛ ne yie because maame no ɛnyɛ spouse, maame no ɛnyɛ child. Na ɔno ankasa nso no ɔnyɛ child anyway. Nti ɛyɛ sɛ ɔno a ɛware na ogyina ne kunu so. Anaasɛ ɔwɔ ba a obetumi ɔwo a obetumi gyina ne ba no so. Sɛ ne ba no qualify a.
Okay, nti ɔno ankasa ɛnwo ɔmpɛ ɔmpɛ
Meka sɛ ɔwo,
ne ɔ
me say sɛ ɔwo a
ɛhɛ
ɔwo a
ɛhɛ
na ne ba no ɛyɛ qualifying child within the immigration rules deɛ then
ɛhɛ
obetumi gyina ne ba no so. Sɛ
okay
ɔnwoyɛ na waware a obetumi gyina ne kunu so sɛ ne kunu qualify a. Sɛ ɔnwareyɛ ba ɔtwe mpena watwe no for 2 years a obetumi gyina ne mpena no so sɛ ne mpena no qualify a.
okay nea nipa ko ne message a meka ma wo deɛ menim ɔmo ne relation whatever the story is nea ɔde ba ya na meka ba nea menim a ɔno de asɛn me no ɔno ne parents ne nyinaa yɛ British ɛna ɔno still worker no nso ɔwɔ ne kunu nti ɔmo mo deɛ ɛnyɛ yie so ho okay yo ɛyɛ ɛm sɛ sɛnea baabi a mmerɛ no kɔ no mɛbɔ mmɔden afrɛ yɛ nuabaa Anisoa na ɔmfa the English aspect of the program na ɔmbɛ summarize ma yɛn na yɛntumi nhyɛ no nso ma other neighboring countries a ɔmo tie yɛn no nti Ani mpatwɛ wowɔ hɔ a mema wo good morning na mema wo akwanya nso to give
Good
us.
morning, Manye Ten and all our viewers. So the topic for today was we looked at how to like the practicalities involved in switching from a skilled worker route to a family visa. So there can be several reasons why someone might want to switch. For example, the skilled worker they came to the UK and then eventually their leave was, for example, cancelled, or the company that was sponsoring them to begin with, that company maybe lost their license. So, in certain circumstances, that skilled worker would be able to switch to the family visa, depending on whether they're able to meet the requirements. So, the most important thing is that the skilled worker has to be able to show a familiar relationship. So let's say the skilled worker has a spouse in the UK, the skilled worker can rely on the spouse. In terms of the requirements, they would have to show that there is a genuine and subsisting relationship. So, as lawyer Charles said, just because two people are married, they have a marriage certificate, that does not necessarily mean that the marriage is genuine. because they could have got married just to, for the sake of immigration status. So the skilled worker has to make sure that they're able to prove that the relationship is genuine and subsisting, which means that they have to prove that the relationship is real. So yeah, number one, you'd need the customary marriage certificate or the ordinance certificate, but just relying on that evidence by itself wouldn't be sufficient. So the skilled worker would have to prove that they are in a true relationship. So, for example, if there are any pictures that they have with their spouse, all of that would be useful. And also, when it comes to the pictures, it's important that there are a variety of pictures. It's not just like, let's say, 30 pictures that were taken on the same day where the caseworker can see that the couple were wearing the same attire. It should be different types of pictures at different locations, whether it's at home, at any type of events. So it should be a variety of pictures. And then also, if the skilled worker has lived with their spouse together or they even currently live together, it would be useful to provide documents that link them to the same address to show that the relationship is real, because if it wasn't real, they wouldn't really be living together. So, in terms of those documents, if, for example, the skilled worker is able to provide official correspondence, let's say utility bills, GP letters, tenancy agreement, any just official documents that would link them to the same address, that would be useful. And if the couple have gone, for example, on holidays, they have booked holiday destinations together, they have flight tickets, all of that would be useful to show that the relationship is genuine. And yeah, it's important that at least a few of these are provided, because if not, then the caseworker can conclude that the marriage is a sham marriage, which means that it's just a marriage entered into for the sake of, getting or obtaining immigration status. So we don't want that. If the skilled worker has a child in the UK or a stepchild in the UK who is a qualifying child, they can also rely on them. So let's say the skilled worker, who let's say might be a man, he has a child in the UK, it would be useful to provide the child's birth certificates. Obviously, in normal circumstances, the father's name would be on there. um, DNA is not that necessary, as Lawyer Charles said. I mean, it's not optional under the Children Act 1989, because a birth certificate by itself is enough evidence to show parentage. However, if you know the skilled worker is able to provide DNA evidence, that is good as well. I mean, the more the merrier. If the skilled worker is relying on a child that they have adopted, they can also rely on adoptive documents. Or if the skilled worker is now before, trying to think about adopting the child, in that instance, the skilled worker should consider that, because it's a very long process before they would receive those documents. It would be also helpful to provide health records. So most of them, like let's say weighing cards, they would have the parents' names on there. And in the case that, let's say, the mother of the qualifying child doesn't, want to support the father, the skilled worker, then in that case, the skilled worker or the father, he can basically make an application to court in order to receive like a child arrangement order, and then he can rely on that in support of his application. And let's say the skilled worker, again, let's say the father, doesn't live with the qualifying child. In that case, if he has direct access, he can rely on that. So, what does direct access mean? It just means that the parent is involved in the child's life. For example, he doesn't necessarily live with the child might live with the mother, but if the skilled worker is able to prove that he's involved in the child's upbringing, then he can also rely on the child. So, for example, if he makes major decisions in the child's upbringing, the child's welfare, education, all of that would be very useful. And in terms of evidence, A supporting letter from the child's mother would be useful, just to confirm that the father is indeed involved in the child's life. How often the father, for example, sees the child a week? Is it once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week? What type of support the father gives to the child, whether that's emotional or financial. And then also a letter from the child's GP would be useful. So, for example, to confirm that the father takes the child to their appointments, or takes them to school as well. So, all of that would be useful. And then we also look at the EU settlement scheme. If someone is trying to rely on a partner or a child under the EU settlement scheme, so again, you'd have to prove that there's familiar relationship, and you'd have to explain why the application is late. And then lastly, as Lawyer Charles said, in certain circumstances, even if the skilled worker is not able to prove um, all the requirements that I've kind of gone through, in certain circumstances under EX1, the caseworker can still allow them to switch to the family visa if, for example, refusal would have a harsh consequence on the child or the spouse involved. So that's just a quick summary for today. Thank you.
Thank you, Annie, for this submission. Yebeko yenim yemre na kokra until asma and last question na me answer no na afide ne o de be maye na o de be giant na otwi mu na yenko no be bisa Richard Kuma or say how can I pass my life in the UK test, and when is that, is it, or say when is the best time or date to take test when you are settled. Papa, life in the UK test, it doesn't expire. Into the earlier you start learning, now is better for you. And our friends, baby, I usually have classes on that myself, but it will start from second week in September. Okay, so join here. You can inbox me later on, and then you can join my class. You bet you how kwan a wobɛfa so a wode bɛsua no na wakɔ akɔtɔ. Other than that, no, there are a whole lot of documents online to wobɛtumi wa wobɛkenkan na ɛno nso wakɔ akɔtwerɛ. Nti one of ways a wobɛtumi de asua. Nti sisi a no, lawyer Asmah mpatwɔ, dɛn na wode bɛgyae ne yɛnsɔre nkɔ?
Yo, that's super great. What I will add to now, Kyle, for the last question, and so I'll say, how do I pass my test?
Uh,
I would say it depends on how much you learn and how ready you are and how
exactly.
able you are to pass test. We'll be earning a strength, so learn and prepare as much as possible. But you have a professor, Maya T, here to assist you. So call her. Okay, so today we looked at switching from skilled worker visa to family visa. Now, what I want to say is that, see, when we come to speak or to share information like this, people will ask, so is this possible? Have they done it before? I want to categorically say here that yes, somebody picked a card up last week. Somebody
Mm,
who was a skilled worker and things were not, they gave her 60 days.
mhm,
Eventually, she switched to her partner. She's got the visa now, 2.5 as a partner. So it's possible. Somebody came, there was divorce, married again. Now the spouse is coming from abroad to join her. So all these questions that came, we have tested them, we have experienced them, and they are durable. All we are saying is, if you are not sure, call us. We'll look at you, we'll listen to the story, assess the story, and look at which law applies best to your case so that you can succeed if your case has merit of succeeding. Thank you. Again, tomorrow, let's not forget that the show is going on. I know Maya, you're going to shed light on that. But um, our beautiful Eunice, Lawyer Eunice, will be online. So please make a date and time and benefit from another wonderful conversation tomorrow during the Community and the Law program.
Yo, last my see. Of course, we look forward to see your candidate lawyer Eunice. Last week yet in Nkana, I did such na nsi bi hono. Yes, etiefo na hwefo hana emrebe mayem kwan na ye di dwumedie no abawie. E be gide say wonya wo chefa ewo na se wonya wo de wo kra. Still the telephone number is out there. Call the lawyer office no for lawyer Asmah. So near how bia faculty name obetumi aboa wo. Lawyers no omo wɔ hɔ for a reason. Men dwen sɛ wobɛtumi ayɛ biribi. Ade sɛ nnora sɛ near Uncle Ben ɛkyerɛkyerɛ mu about skill workers ɔmo ankasa ɔmbɛtumi aswitch no ɔmo employ myself no. Somebody was asking, say, is it possible? Have they done that before? And I said, well, look, Uncle Ben will not come and talk things or say things that cannot be done. They always do things that they know is practical and they know is doable. So just take the telephone line, call them, and definitely your problems will be answered. Ain't you know? And no na me nso big jaw na ya KT Ed Consult second week in September classes starts into O phrases here. Yeah, started lesson this week and next week, second week in September. Mr. Mune need the magnetin so here holiday kakra. Nyamenka obi bia nyamenshra. Have a lovely weekend and stay blessed. Bye bye.
Based in London, we are a dynamic award-winning firm specialising in a range of legal services. Welcome to BWF Solicitors, a trusted and experienced law firm specialising in immigration and nationality, appeals and judicial review, dispute resolution, family and matrimonial, and other family law disputes with international context. These include matters such as private child arrangement orders, contestant and uncontested divorce, non-molestation for domestic violence, and financial remedy. Our childcare and family team appreciate the issues facing you at such a difficult time. Our advice is delivered in a confidential and sensitive manner. Meet Bernard Owusu, our esteemed senior partner, with over 32 years of experience and known for his expertise and dedication to serving our clients and the community. BWF Solicitors stands for integrity, respect, excellence, teamwork, diversity, inclusion, and service to the community. We provide tailored assistance specific to your case. At BWF Solicitors, every day is filled with dedication, creativity, and a commitment to finding the best solutions for our clients. Our team at BWF Solicitors is ready to assist you with all your legal needs. You can find us at the 4th floor, Anna House, 214 to 218 High Road, Seven Sisters, London, N15 4NP. Our main office line is 0208 493 7340 or our emergency line is 07712 761 884.